Hi there, Neil Clark here from Falkirk Piping. We're still collecting for Parkinson's UK, and you'll find our Just Giving link in the comments box below. I'm standing next to the cairn commemorating Brigadier General Allan Maclean of Torloisk. What's the relevance? Well, he wrote the tune, he wrote the Torloisk song. Torloisk song was known to me previously as My Faithful Fair One, and I played it as a 3/4 retreat march. A little bit about this chap though, very, very interesting indeed. He was born into a Jacobite family who came from Torloisk, and there's a couple of different accounts of his early history. He certainly went to become an officer in the Dutch military service. We then have accounts of him serving at the siege of Fort William and the Battle of Culloden on the Jacobite side. At the same time, and this account is a little bit more specific, we have him accepting a commission on the 31st of March 1746. Now that left him about 14 days to get from Holland up to Culloden. Given that the Dutch were also fighting the French who were backing the Jacobites, I'm going to have to go with that he was a Dutch officer and perhaps not an active Jacobite. Things get a little bit more interesting after that though, because he came back to Britain. He either came back to Britain as part of an amnesty for previous Jacobite officers, or he came back to Britain as part of an exchange scheme from officers in the Dutch service to the British Army. Then he went out to America to fight in the French wars as a colonel, and appears to have taken part in the siege of Quebec under General Wolfe. He then came back to Britain and went back out to America again for the American Wars of Independence on the British side, of course, raising the Royal Highland Emigrant Regiment from emigrants who were already out in America. This time he was part of the defence of Quebec against an American revolutionary or patriot army led by none other than Benedict Arnold. And he's credited as the man who saved Canada. Saved Canada from what? Well, saved Canada from actually being America. This is his cairn here. And what we're going to do is we're going to return to Torloisk now for his tune. He probably wrote the words to it, not just the tune itself. And lastly, before we go back, I'd just like to say thank you very much to Gemma and James for allowing us to film the tune at Torloisk House on Mull, and just generally being fantastic hosts. The cairn, by the way, is in Kilninian in Mull.